Good afternoon, all. So, this is week 13 microsensor implantable device and rodent surgeries for biomedical applications. So, this is a problem solving session. I'm Arpita Biswas, a PhD scholar from IIT Jodhpur in Electrical Engineering Department. So, let's start the session. In the session, we are going to discuss about some of the MCQ question. So, I think this is the last session. So, this is the last week of this session. This is the week 13. So this is more details about me. So here we are going to discuss about some of the question. So overall from the whole syllabus, we are going to take some of the question, and here we are going to discuss about it. So this is the question number 1. What is the primary functions of microsensor in biomedical application? The first option is to amplify the neural signals. The second option is to deliver the drugs to a specific tissue. And option C is to detect and measure the physiological parameters at a micro scales. And option D to stimulate the muscles contractions. So please go through the question carefully and try to find out the right option. So, what is the right option? The right option is option C, to detect and measure the physiological parameter at a micro scale. Okay. So, next move toward the question number 2. Which material is commonly used for fabricating the implantable microsensor due to its biocompatibility? First option is the copper, second option is the silicon, option C is the aluminum, and option D is lead. So please go through the question carefully and try to find out the right option. No, option C is not the right option. You can also unmute yourself and you can speak here.
Option B, silicone, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option. So next move toward the question number three. What is a key advantage of using the micro electromechanical systems in implantable devices? First option is increase the power consumption. Second is the miniaturization and integration of the multiple functions. Option C is the complexity in fabrication, and option D is the limited sensitivity. You take your time and then try to give the right answer. What is the key advantage of using the MEMS in implantable devices?
Option B, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option. Miniaturization and integration of the multiple functions. Good. Then this is the question number four. Which of the following is a critical consideration for implantable device design? First option is the device color. Second is the biocompatibility. Option C is the electrical conductivity, and option D is the magnetic properties.
Option C, electrical conductivity, ma'am.
Mm, take your time. Go through the question carefully. Which of the following is a critical consideration for implantable device design?
Option B, biocompatibility, ma'am.
Yes, option B, biocompatibility. So next, the question number five. In implantable devices, why is wireless communication preferred over wired connection? First is the lower cost. Second is the reduced risk of the infections and increased patient's comfort. Option C is the simpler design, and option D is the higher data transfer rate.
Option B, reduced risk of infection and increased patient comfort, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option. Then the question number six. Which technology allows for the wireless powering of implantable devices? First is the solar cell, then inductive coupling, then option C is the battery packs, and option D is the ultrasonic wave.
Option B, inductive coupling, ma'am.
Yes, option B, inductive coupling. So next move toward the question number 7. What is the purpose of the encapsulating implantable microsensor? First option, to increase the electrical conductivity. Second, to enhance the signal strength. Option C, to protect the device from the bodily fluid and prevent the immune response. And option D, to reduce the manufacturing cost. So, what is the question? What is the purpose of encapsulating implantable microsensor? To increase the electrical conductivity, to enhance the signal strength, to protect the device from bodily fluids and prevent the immune response. Option D, to reduce the manufacturing cost.
Option C, ma'am.
Yes, option C is the right option, to protect the device from bodily fluid and prevent the immune response. So next question number 8. Which fabrication technique is commonly used to create the micro scale features in MEMS device? First option is the injection modeling, then photolithography, then welding, and option D is the 3D printing.
Option B, photolithography, ma'am.
Yes, option B, photolithography is the right option. So next question number 9. What is the major challenge in designing a implantable microsensor? First is the achieving high thermal conductivity. Second, ensuring long-term stability and functionality within the body. Option C, minimizing the electrical resistance. And option D is the maximizing weight. So what
Option
is
B,
the
ma'am.
right? Yes, option B is the right option, ensuring long-term stability and functionality with the body, within the body. Question number 10 is which parameter is crucial for the sensitivity of a microsensor? First is the sensor color, then option B is the signal to noise ratio, option C is the device weight, and option D is the power consumption.
Option B, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option, the signal to noise ratio. So next question number 11. Why are rodent commonly used in biomedical research? First option, they are expensive to maintain. Second, their genetic and physiological characteristics are well understood and similar to humans. Option C, they have long lifespans. And option D is that they are resistant to disease.
Option D, ma'am.
Sorry, option?
D.
No, not option D. The right option is option B. Their genetic and physiological characteristics are well understood and similar to human. That's why they're choosing the rodent. Okay. So next move toward the question
Okay,
number
ma'am.
12. What is the primary purpose of performing the surgeries one rodent model in biomedical research? First option to train the surgical techniques. Option B is to study the disease mechanism and test potential treatment. Option C to observe the neural behaviors, and option D to increase their lifespan.
Option B, ma'am.
Sorry. Yes, option B is the right option to study the disease mechanism and test potential treatment. Okay. So next question number 13. Which factor is critical to ensure the ethical standard in rodent surgeries? First option, performing the surgical surgeries without anesthesia. Second is the minimizing the pain and distress through proper analgesia and anesthesia, and option C is using as many animals as possible, and option D is avoiding the post operative care.
Option C, ma'am.
No, not option C. Take your time, but try to give the right answer.
Option B, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option. Minimizing pain and distress through the proper analgesia and anesthesia. So next move toward the question number 14. What is the significance of aspective techniques in rodent surgeries? First, to speed up the surgical process. Second, to prevent the infections and ensure the reliable result. Option C is to reduce the need for anesthesia, and option D to minimize the surgical cost.
Option B, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option to prevent the infections and ensure reliable result. Then question number 15. Which tool is essential for the precise manipulations during the rodent neurosurgery? First is the scalpel, and next option B is the stereotaxic apertures. Option C is the forceps, and option D is the retractor.
Option B, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option. So next question number 16. What is the purpose of using a stereotactic taxic atlas in rodent brain surgeries? Option A is to visualize the skull. Option B to locate the specific brain regions accurately. Option C to measure the blood pressure. Option D to monitor the heart rate.
Option B, ma'am.
Yes, option B to locate the specific brain region accurately. So next question number 17. Which parameter is crucial to monitor during the rodent surgeries to ensure the animal safety? First is tail length, then body temperature, fur color, eye movement.
B, ma'am.
Yes, body temperature. So next question number 18. Why is post-operative care important in rodent surgical procedures? First option to ensure the surgical cost. Second, to ensure the recovery and minimize the compi- um, complications. And option C to prolong anesthesia effect. And option D to reduce the need for analgesics. Analgesics.
Option B, ma'am.
Question number 18. Yes, option B is the right option to ensure the recovery and minimize the complications. Next question number 19. Which analgesic is commonly used for pain relief in rodent after surgery? First is the aspirin, then buprenorphine and i- ibuprofen, and option D is the acetaminophen.
Option B.
Yes, option B is the right option. So, next question number 20. What is the main ethical principle guiding the use of animals in research? First is the maximizing the data collection. Then, second option is the 3R replacement, reduction, and refinement. Option C is the minimizing cost, and option D is the increasing sample size. There is no hurry, take your time, but at least try.
Option B, 3 or 7.
Yes, option B, 3 R's. Replacement, reduction, and refinement. Then question number 21. Why are implantable microsensors used in rodent models? First, to increase the body weight. Second, to monitor the um, physiological parameters in real time. And option C is the alter genetic makeups. And option D is to ensure the physical activity. Okay, try to solve this question. I'm coming back in 1 minute. So what is the right option? Question number 21.
Option B.
Yes, option B is the right option, to monitor the physiological parameter in real time. So next move toward the question number 22. Which physiological parameter can be measured using the implantable microsensor in rodent? Fur density, neural activity, tail length, or eye color?
Neural activity. No?
Yes, neural activity. Question number 23. What is a critical consideration when implanting microsensor in rodent? First is the sensor color. Second is the biocompatibility of the sensor material. Option C is the sensor weight, and option D is the electrical resistance.
Biocompatibility.
Yes, biocompatibility of the sensor material. Question number 24. How can data be transmitted from implantable sensor in rodent? First option through the wired connection. Second option the wirelessly via telemetry system. And option C by manual extraction. And option D by using the optical fiber.
Option B. Wireless. No?
Yes, wirelessly via telemetry system. So next question number 25. What is the purpose of encapsulating implantable sensor in biocompatible material? First option to increase the electrical conductivity. Option B to prevent the immune rejections and ensure the functionality. Option C is to enhance the signal strength, and option D to reduce the manufacturing cost.
Option B. No?
Yes, option B is the right option, to prevent the immune rejections and ensure functionality. Then next question number 26. Which challenge is associated with the long-term implantation of microsensor in rodent? First option is the rapid data transmission. Option B is the sensor degradation over the time. Option C is the increased body temperature, and option D is the enhanced immune response.
Sensor degradation.
Which option?
B.
Yes, sensor degradation over time. So next move toward the question number 27. What is the typical features of neural implantable electrodes? First option is a high opacity. Second is the high spatial resolution for signal acquisition. Option C is the heavy structure, and option D is the non-conductive surface.
Option B, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option. High spatial resolution for signal acquisition. Question number 28. Which of the following helps to reduce the motion artifacts in implanted neural system? First option, increasing the sampling rate only. Second option is the shortening the electrode length. Option C is the proper fixation and flexible connectors. And option D is the using the larger batteries.
Option C, ma'am.
Yes, option C is the right option. Proper fixation and flexible connectors. Next question number 29. Which behavioral model is often used in conjunction with the implantable brain stimulation system? First option is the diabetes model, and second option is the wound healing model. Option C is the Parkinson models, and option D is the allergic reaction model.
Option C.
Yes, option C is the right option. Parkinsonism model. Then question number 30. What is the purpose of using a flexible substrate in implantable electronics? First option, to conduct the electricity faster. Second, to conform the tissue surfaces and reduce the inflammations. Option C is to reduce the heat generation. And option D, to enhance the wireless communication.
Option A, ma'am.
No, not option A.
Option B.
Yes, option B is the right option. To conform to tissue surfaces and reduce the inflammations. Then question number 31. What is one risk of poorly designed implantable device in rodent? Faster data transmission, increased learning behavior. Option C is the tissue necrosis and immune rejection, and option D is the enhanced memory retention.
Option B.
No, not option B.
D, ma'am.
No, not B.
D, ma'am. Enhance the memory retention.
No. Option C is the right option. Tissue necrosis and immune rejection. Okay, you can cross check the answer. So this is the question number 32. Which component stored data in wireless implantable neural recording system? First is the diode, second is the op-amp, and option C is the microcontroller with memory module, and option D is the filter capacitor.
Option C, ma'am.
Yes, option C is the right option, the microcontroller with a memory module. Then question number 33, what is the importance of calibrations in microsensor used for in vivo application? First, to increase the device cost. Second, to ensure the accurate and reliable readings. Option C, to alter the biocompatibility. And option D, to reduce the signal transmission.
Option B, ma'am.
The question number 33, yes, the right option is option B, to ensure the accurate and reliable reading. Okay. So next, the question number 34. In rodent surgeries, what is used to prevent the corneal dying during the anesthesia? First option is a water spray. Option B is the ophthalmic ointment, and option C is the ethanol swab, and option D is the lidocaine drops.
Ophthalmic ointment, ma'am.
Yes, option B is the right option. Then this is the question number 35. Which type of signal is typically recorded using the implanted neural electrodes in rodents? The first option is the ECG, then EMG, then option C is the EEG or local field potentials, and option D is the optical signals.
Option C, ma'am.
Sorry, what is the option?
C.
Yes, option C is the right option, EEG and local field potentials. So I have taken this 35 question. So we are ending the session here. You can leave. Thank you.
Thank you.